Good morning, dear students. In our today's video, we shall study about your history lesson number 4, and in this chapter we shall be discussing about the different dynasties which ruled under the Delhi Sultanate or the Delhi Sultanate. The Delhi Sultans, they ruled from 1206 up to 1526, and after that the rule of the British came. This chapter I have divided into two videos or two parts since the chapter is quite long. In the first part, we shall be dealing with the half of the chapter, and the next video we shall be dealing with the rest of the chapter. Well, the period between 1206 to 1526 in the Indian history is known as the period of the Delhi Sultans. The different dynasties of the Delhi Sultans, they ruled our country from AD 1206 up to AD 1526, and that's why this time period in the Indian history is known as the period of the Delhi Sultans. In the year 1206, Muhammad Ghori was killed and Qutbuddin Aibak established the slave dynasty and thus started the Sultanate period. About Muhammad Ghori we already got in our previous chapter. He was the real founder of the Muslim Empire in India. And in the year of 1206, Muhammad Ghori, he was defeated or he was killed by Qutbuddin Aibak. He was the founder of the Delhi Sultanate, or he was the founder of the slave dynasty. As you can see, Muhammad Ghori was killed and Qutbuddin Aibak established the slave dynasty. This Qutbuddin Aibak, he was one slave and he established the slave dynasty, and the slave dynasty was the first dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate. Now let's study one by one. First of all, we shall discuss about the slave dynasty. The slave dynasty or the slaves, they ruled from AD 1206 up to AD 1290. We can say almost for 84 years they ruled. Qutbuddin Aibak, he was the founder. He established the slave or Mamluk dynasty. The slave dynasty was also known as Mamluk dynasty. You can see here is a picture of Qutbuddin Aibak, and he was the founder of the slave or Mamluk dynasty. He set up an independent kingdom with its headquarters at Lahore. When Qutbuddin Aibak established the slave dynasty, the headquarters of the slave dynasty was at Lahore. You know, at present time Lahore, it is in Pakistan, but during that time India and Pakistan was combined and Lahore was the headquarters. During his time, Bakhtiyar Khalji, one ruler of the Khalji dynasty whose name was Bakhtiyar Khalji, invaded our country. He died in AD 1210. In the year of 1210, Qutbuddin Aibak, he died. After Qutbuddin Aibak, the next ruler of the slave dynasty was Iltutmish. Iltutmish, he ruled from AD 1211 up to 1236. He was a slave of Qutbuddin. We can say Iltutmish, he was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak, but Iltutmish was very much powerful and very much able ruler, we can say. But very soon he rose to a high position because of his ability. As I already told you, Iltutmish, as you can see the picture of Iltutmish, you can see here in page number 22 of your book, the picture of Iltutmish is given here. Iltutmish, he was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak, but because of his ability he became the ruler. He introduced the Iqta system. This Iqta system was introduced by Iltutmish, and according to this system, land was assigned land to the nobles. The nobles, they were given land through the system of Iqta. He also introduced silver coins called Tanka and copper coins called Jital. We can say the coins. At present time, different types of coins are there. We use the coins. These coins, first of all, it was introduced by Iltutmish. Silver coins were known as Tanka and copper coins were known as the Jital. So that's about Iltutmish. After Iltutmish, the next ruler comes Rajia Sultana. She was the only lady ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. The Rajia Sultana, she was a daughter of Iltutmish, and she ruled for a short period from 1236 up to 1240. Only we can say she ruled for 4 years. She was a daughter of Iltutmish who ruled for 4 years. She was the only female ruler of the Sultanate. You can say Rajia Sultana was the only female ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. You can even see the picture of Rajia Sultana. As you can see here in page number 23 of your book, This is the picture of Rajia Sultana, who was the only lady ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. After Rajia Sultana, the next ruler, or you can say the last powerful ruler of the slave dynasty, it was Balban. You can see here is the picture of Balban. This is the picture of Balban. You can see here in the same page, page number 23. It is there. This was Balban. Ghiyasuddin Balban. The original name was Ghiyasuddin Balban. He ascended the throne in AD 1266. Balban, he ruled from 1266 up to 1286. After the death of Nasiruddin. Before Balban, the ruler was Nasiruddin, and after the death of Nasiruddin, Balban became the next ruler. His own Turkish chiefs, called the 40, these Turkish chiefs, they belonged to Balban, but they were his worst enemies. These Turkish chiefs, they were also known as the 40. They were the worst enemies of Balban. He boldly crushed the power of the 40 with a heavy hand. No doubt they were the enemies, but they were crushed by Ghiyasuddin Balban with a heavy hand. Even they were punished mercilessly. Those who came to see him had to sajda in his presence. Ghiyasuddin Balban, he regarded the king as the representative of the god, and that's why he made one new system that anybody, even the nobles, if wanted to see him, had to do sajda. Sajda means they had to kneel down and they had to touch the ground with their forehead, and even they were also required to kiss the feet of the king. According to the system of sajda, they needed to kneel down and even they needed to kiss the feet of the king. That system was introduced by Balban. And finally, Ghiyasuddin Balban, he died in the year of 1286, and after the death of Balban, the slave dynasty also collapsed. After the slave dynasty, now we are going to discuss about the second dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate, the Khalji Sultans, the Khalji dynasty. The Khalji rulers, they ruled from AD 1290 up to 1320. Jalaluddin Khalji. Jalaluddin Khalji, he was the founder who ruled from 1290 up to 1296. Jalaluddin Khalji was the founder of the Khalji dynasty. He was already 70 years old when Jalaluddin Khalji founded the Khalji dynasty in the year of 1290. At that time, his age was already 70 years. In the year 1296, Alauddin Khalji, he was the nephew as well as son-in-law of Jalaluddin Khalji. He murdered and captured the throne. In the year of 1296, Jalaluddin Khalji was murdered or got murdered by Alauddin Khalji, and the throne was taken by Alauddin Khalji. You can see the picture of Alauddin Khalji, it is here. This is the picture of Alauddin Khalji, and he ruled from AD 1296 up to 1316. Alauddin Khalji. Alauddin Khalji, who ruled from 1296 up to 1316. He wanted to conquer the world and often referred to himself as a second Alexander or Sikandar-i Sani. Sikandar-i Sani, this title was taken by Alauddin Khalji. We can say Alauddin Khalji, he was one very high ambitious ruler. He wanted to conquer the entire world, and even sometimes he referred himself as a second Alexander. About Alexander, everybody knows, I hope. Alauddin Khalji, he compared himself with Alexander and he took the title of Sikandar-i Sani. During his time, the Mongols invaded India for 5 times. The Mongol rulers, they invaded or they attacked our country for 5 times during the time of Alauddin Khalji. But every time they were defeated. No doubt they invaded the country for 5 times, but every time Alauddin Khalji as well as his generals, they defeated the Mongols. He captured Devagiri, Warangal, Dwarsamudra as well as Madurai. These are the different places which were captured by Alauddin Khalji. So that's about the Khalji dynasty. Now, moving towards the last portion of today's video, we are going to discuss about the administration of Alauddin Khalji. What are the different types of reforms or changes that were made by Alauddin Khalji? During the time of Alauddin Khalji, he made some reforms, he made some changes. What were the changes? See, I have tried to show you here 8 points. The first point is the land and property which was given to the nobles as iqtas was taken back by the government. We already got in the beginning of this chapter or this video that the iqta system was introduced by Iltutmish, and through the system of iqtas, land was given to the nobles. Now when Alauddin Khalji became the ruler, this iqta system was stopped, and the land which was given or the property which was given to the nobles, it was taken back by the government. The first reform. Second one, marriage parties and social gatherings of the nobles were restricted. Before Alauddin Khalji, marriage parties or the social gatherings could be organized by the nobles, but now marriage parties as well as gatherings, social gatherings like public meetings, were restricted for the nobles. Third one, drinking wine in public was prohibited. It was a very good reform. Drinking wine or alcohol in the public places were totally prohibited or totally stopped. Then comes an efficient spy system was organized. Spy system, I hope everybody knows. In every country we have a system of spy. Like in our country we have got RAW, RAW. The full form is Research and Analytical Wing. These are the different organizations, like ISI is there. They are the spy who gets the secret information from the enemies, and this system of spy was introduced by Alauddin Khalji. Then comes excess of money from the nobles was extracted by heavy taxes. If any nobles or any noble, they have got extra money or extra property, heavy taxes were imposed on them, and that money was taken by the government. The prices of all articles were fixed. The price of different goods or different commodities, they were fixed. However, he kept the prices of essential goods very low. Essential goods like the food item or the different other things which are needed by all the people for daily use, their prices were very low. That's the sixth reform. The next one is here. Market officers were appointed to keep a check on the prices. As we already got, prices were fixed and the price of the essential goods or commodities were very low. So some market officers were appointed, and it was their duty to check the prices of the different goods or commodities. The last one, land revenue for all the lands were refixed. When Alauddin Khalji became the ruler, at that time, whatever was the land revenue, that was refixed, means it was changed. So these are the reforms which were made by Alauddin Khalji in the administration. Alauddin Khalji, in AD 1316, he died. Alauddin Khalji died in AD 1316, and soon the Khalji dynasty collapsed. And after Alauddin Khalji, as I already told you, he was the last powerful ruler of the Khalji dynasty. After his death, the Khalji dynasty also collapsed. So that's about this video. Go through it. Also read the chapter. If any doubt is there, get it cleared. In our next video, we shall be discussing about the rest of this chapter. Thank you.